I'm going to be completely wrong. There's a chance that Bitcoin will end this cycle closer to 250,000. A lot of people seem low to me. Because of how the ETF changes and other things, I think it might be higher. I think Ethereum will be worth between $15 and $20,000. I'm getting Solana for between 750 and 1000. From my point of view, Bitcoin leads the cycle and does better at the beginning. Then people move to the riskier assets like ETH. The market will pick up there when an ETH ETF is released. Okay, the horse that's moving faster, on the other hand, has a smaller group of people who have adopted it. The answer is something I've looked for in my business life, and I think a lot of you have too: how to make your life better. We don't spend just for the fun of it. We spend because we want to reach our goals for the future. We don't always get there, but you feel like you've let yourself down if you don't do it. It was also a lot easier to start my job in this world. It was great to be in markets in the 1990s. When there was instability, it was small. It was a crisis that could be traded, like the Asian crisis. After that, there was the dot-com bubble. These were big global events that gave you a lot of chances to make money. When I left the hedge fund business, I saw people make a lot of money in that time. But after that, no one made any money on anything, especially after 2008. While rates were going down around the world, bank regulations changed how people took risks, what they could trade in, and how much money they could expect to make. To your surprise, you found that the predicted returns from things like the stock market weren't good enough. We're all having trouble with it now. A lot of things now cost more, in particular properties. But most of our wages haven't gone up nearly as much. Just look at the houses around you. The one you wanted to buy now costs twice as much as it did before. Your pay hasn't gone up though. All of that fits into the idea that our future is messed up because of the debt problems of the past and the lack of people with jobs. Those things have now slowed down the economy and taken away all of our chances. You all need to figure this out. This is something we've talked about a lot on Real Vision. How to even fuck your future was a very popular show that we put on. The second part of how to unfuck your future is about to start. If you keep an eye on this place, we'll talk about everything from the big problems in commercial real estate and financial repression to the chances in investing in technology, crypto, and a lot of other things. It will show you where the problems are, which you already know some of, but not all of. I also think you should look back at some of the videos from the last campaign. For example, you can see my intro video from that time, which talks about big problems like demographics. Now, it goes without saying that I'll do something for this too. But there was one thing that really messed up my future more than anything else. There you have it. I've already talked about how important it is to have a source of income, a business, and other things like that. I've also talked about how to set goals for your living. That way of life is the best way to make money, but you also want to be able to get ahead so you don't play too far behind. Cryptocurrency was the thing that really messed up my future, and it's messing up many of yours now as long as you don't say sorry. So much swearing, fuck this up. If you've been given the biggest macro chance of all time, you should really not mess it all up by doing stupid things. Again, it's about keeping 80 to 90% of your weight in your core major poses. Those should only be in the top 5 pieces. Then have a staging bed where you can trade NFTs, FOMO, main coins, or anything else you want. That's okay, but not with the important parts of your portfolio. Without taking the chance for that 100x, there are plenty of other ways to make money. Those things don't go off very often, and not many people get them right. But cryptocurrency really is the best chance. When risk-adjusted results are looked at, it dwarfs everything else. And that was the big key for me. That was an unlock, and it still is. I think it will be the same for you too. So man, we're going the other way on this next trip. In this case, Mooch is talking to me. I've talked to him a lot of times. I'm friendly with him. The goal is for him to find out how I got involved in this in the first place, how I feel about it now, and what I've been thinking about it since then. I just thought it might be useful for you. Raoul Pal, the founder and CEO of Real Vision and a very creative person, has complete faith in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and the cryptocurrency market as a whole for the upcoming bull cycle from 2024 to 2020-25. Powell recently published an interesting study that shows how closely crypto technology and big picture economic trends are linked. Powell has a lot of experience from working at Goldman Sachs. Powell recently gave an interesting interview in which he talked about what he thinks will be the biggest bull market in the history of Bitcoin and crypto. He talked about how crypto and macroeconomic factors have come together in a way that has never been seen before, which has set the stage for an amazing rise in the prices of crypto assets. Powell is boldly predicting that Bitcoin could hit unbelievable heights, possibly going over $200,000 per coin by May, and even $1 million per coin before the bull market ends. During his interesting interview with Rug Radio, Powell boiled down his simple but effective plan for riding the bull market, which includes both well known cryptocurrencies and meme coins. His plans depend on quantitative easing measures staying in place, which Powell lovingly calls more cowbell. Powell says that central banks will keep doing QA as a lifeline for the traditional financial system and to make sure there is a steady flow of cash because of what happened after the global financial crisis in 2008. Powell is sure that the years to come will be very good for the cryptocurrency market. The halving event and the rise in demand caused by spot Bitcoin ETFs reinforce this view. Thank you for being here. Let's keep talking with Raoul now. I've been showing you material where I'm being interviewed as well over the past few months because I want you to understand what I'm learning from these journeymans, which you should also learn. But when I talk about what's going on in my mind and what I've learned, you can see these points where I understood something better or worse. No one fully understands everything. My job is just to be a guide on this trip that we're all on together. And these pieces where people question me or I talk to the camera are just me telling you what I think about something new. Also, look, I hope it's useful. I'm not going to always be right, but I really want to help you on your journey. That's what this is all about. That's what we do at Real Vision. We help you reach your financial goals by giving you the information, tools, and network you need. And those things are very important. And that's really all this how to unfuck your future thing is. That's what we do. That's what we do. Thanks for coming along with us on this interesting trip into the worlds of crypto and trading. If you liked what we talked about today and